Well, hello there. I said I wasn't going to do any more videos, but here I am. I've got a new camera, as well as a tripod and a stick. And so I shot a video today to try it out. And so what follows is the unedited version, including all the parts where I forgot to turn the camera off, or I tried to turn it off and didn't. And what you won't see is one clip with a great story about some bluebird eggs and a snake. So, sorry, you're just gonna miss it. Hang in there, it gets kind of queasy. Well, hello there. Welcome back. I'm going to do another video. I wasn't planning to, but my daughter was nice enough to buy me a new camera with a stick, and it's got a tripod on it. So I've got to try it out and figure out how to use it. So, thought I would do just a little tour of the farm, show off a few of the little small projects I've done over the past year while I've been here. I call it a farm. It's not really a farm. It's not an active farm. I'm not growing anything, raising anything, other than ant beds and yellow jacket nests. That's about it. Oh, and one scorpion, if you happen to see some of the lawnmower project videos that I did. So let's show you around. So if you've never been here before, this is the front yard. Got my camper out here, been living in that. Gonna be replacing that with some sort of more permanent structure, hopefully this summer. Filming this right now in February. It's actually a nice day. It's been raining this morning, so everything's kind of wet. But these are old fields that had belonged to my grandfather, where he used to raise field peas, black-eyed peas, purple hull peas, and he would sell those, and that's how he made part of his living. Got a few things out here. The two Christmas trees, which are much larger now, should be in the background there, I hope, if I'm using this camera right. And then the one cedar tree here. Those are for my kids. We got those for Christmas tree, live Christmas trees for different Christmases when they were seniors in high school. And then once Christmas was over, we planted them out here. Unfortunately, my youngest, her tree died, so I replaced it with a cedar tree that was growing under what used to be my house. It used to sit right there where the camper was, until some wonderful human being came out and set my house on fire and burned it down. So we won't talk about them. Alright, and then the front yard, and then the field out here. Actually, before I get to the mud hole, I don't know if you can see these stakes in the ground here. Planted 5 dogwood trees there. Did that last March, along with 3 apple trees here. This, many years ago, was my dad's little fruit orchard, or my mom and dad's. And it's kind of grown up, and that's one of my projects I've still got to finish. I'd started cleaning it out and made some progress on it, but I got to do some more work. I want to get rid of those 3 pine trees that are right there. There's a wild muscadine vine that's planted there, and I want to get that cleared out so that vine can grow, because it does make a lot of muscadines. Yeah, there's my 3 apple trees there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, this is a project to do, still on the list. I'm still on the way to the mud hole, but I thought I'd show you my gate that I put up last summer, I guess it was. Really don't ever close it very often. Occasionally I will. It's here more to let people know that they're not supposed to be out here. This is private property, because some people in this county can't seem to read, so I've got signs with red on them. Hopefully the red is a warning sign. Yeah. And this, even though it has no water in it, is what I call my mud hole. I think my brother calls it the copperhead snake pit, because when it starts holding water, it's going to attract copperheads. But it's not holding water now. When I first dug it out, it did hold water for a little bit, but the water's found a way through the underground to escape. This will be where I dig to get dirt from, so I'm going to be making it bigger over time. I'm going to get some medium-sized equipment out here, maybe something mini excavator or maybe a small tractor with a backhoe on it. I've got lots of other little projects I want to do, so that hole will get bigger as I use some of the dirt out of it. I'm going to use the dirt to make a nice place to put the house on, so where the camper's sitting right now. So some more of the fields in the background there. Should be able to see the roof of the old farmhouse. That was my grandparents' house. That now belongs to my sister. So the old farmhouse where my grandparents lived. Like I said, this was my grandparents' property. My dad inherited it, and then I inherited a piece of it from him. The farmhouse itself and the land that it's on, my cousin had inherited, and then through several different transactions I wound up with it, so it stays in the family now. And like I said, now my sister's got it, and she's in the middle of doing some renovations, and that's going to be really nice. But I did want to show you the one little project which you probably can't see is the mailboxes there. And again, I'm learning to use this camera, so let me try something real quick. Let's see if this zoom works. Yeah, you can kind of see them. Like I said, it's been raining this morning. This road gets really muddy sometimes, although it's been in decent shape this year. Between the work that I've done and the work that my neighbor's done with his equipment, and the county's actually, believe it or not, done a little bit of work out here. So I was really surprised that they actually came out and put down some gravel in some places. But yeah, it gets kind of muddy out here. Some of the other projects I want to do over time is sort of trim up a lot of these trees and just make it sort of cleaner looking. Pick up some dead limbs and cut off the lower limbs and make it look more park-like. It could take me several years to do that. I'm really in no hurry. This hillside, see if you can see, it's kind of hard to tell. Kind of a tall hill there. There's some really old roads, woods roads that went around some of that hill, so I want to try to reopen those and just make it so I can hike up there and, you know, for getting exercise. There are a lot of hills up here, so it's good to keep me young walking up and down. I try to. The only tracks today are from when I came in this morning. I actually spent the weekend over in Mississippi. Just wanted to get away for a weekend just to recharge. So this will be turning off the main road, the gravel road, onto my driveway here. One other thing I did is put up a little address marker there because I did put the mailbox out by the farmhouse, so I wanted the address marker here in case I got big deliveries, which I have had some. And we've had some delivery drivers that decided to try to go out back to civilization in that direction, and that's not a good idea. That road is closed for one, and it's barely passable by, you know, a four-wheel drive truck. So they took their delivery trucks out there, and one of them had delivered some I think they delivered some appliances for my sister, and they actually did get stuck out there. So that was a fun morning. Just coming down the driveway so you can get an idea of the place. I love it out here. It's very peaceful. There is sometimes a lot of traffic on that road, even though it's closed. In the summertime, we'll get people out riding four-wheelers and side-by-sides and whatever the equipment they got. And winter times, a lot of deer hunters. Yeah. So sometimes there can be traffic out here, but most of the time it's very peaceful. Just taking a stroll through the woods road here. Goes around the edge of the fields. I try to keep these open. This is an always ongoing project, keeping the road open. My neighbor uses it. They have the adjoining property, and it's really the best access for them to get to it. But they only use it for deer hunting. So you can tell they've been in and out this winter doing some hunting. So between me and them, we try to keep it open, and discovered this just a little while ago. Giant pine trees falling into it, so I'll do a little work and try to get that cleaned up. I don't know if you can see off down in there. There are a few hills in Alabama, not really mountains, but some nice hills. Some of them get pretty deep, pretty steep. But nice. So, here we are, basically back behind the camper in the backyard after walking through the woods. So you can see the storage building I got last year, and then I'll show you some more things I did in there. The kids' old swing set from when they were little, 25 years ago. Still need to take care of that. An old shed. It's been there for 30 years or more. It needs some attention. I'm gonna eventually put a few things in there. Nothing valuable that somebody might try to come and grab. I do keep things locked up, and I do have security cameras, and in case you're somebody I don't know and happen to be watching this, somebody that might have bad intentions. I know most people don't. But I did want to show you this over here, something that you have to have if you live in Alabama, and that's a storm shelter. I'm not quite finished with it. Still need to put a door on it. I still need to move the dirt up around it up to the level of the roof. And I have all the dirt I need to do that from when I dug it out. That's in a pile over there. Like I said, I got to get some equipment out here, and some dirt moving equipment. I don't know if you'll be able to see in here. It's decent size, and if the storm or the weather gets bad, I can get in here now if I need to. I am going to take this frame roof down because it does have the cement slab on top. It's just wedged in there right now, and that's one little other thing I got to finish doing, and then we'll walk around to the top if I don't slip down in the mud. This is if you ever watched My Cousin Vinny, every time I get stuck in the Alabama red mud, there it is. And just the storm shelter from the top side. That was a lot of work. I did it all myself. I'd never laid blocks before, so that was interesting. Things aren't exactly straight, and they're not perfect, but I think they'll hold up in a storm, and that's all that really matters. I do have a fan that a solar powered fan I'm going to set on top of that pipe there, just to keep air flowing through it, to keep mold from getting in there. So still needs a door, need to put the fan on it, need to take that frame out from underneath the concrete slab roof, and then that project will be finished. That's a project that we started when the children were small, very small. My daughter was telling me about, we told her to put gloves on, and she wanted to put socks on her hands, and she wanted to use her Sunday socks, the nice frilly ones. She was reminding me of that story the other day, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, we started that a long time ago, and now it's finally there. Another bluebird box. Just had the one before, but I built 3 when I did it this time. I want to try to, like I said, I want to try to get as many birds out here as I can. I've got to finish getting up a stump there in the middle of the yard. I've been trying to burn it and not really having a lot of luck, but I'll eventually get rid of it somehow. So I got my fancy underpinning for my camper. It gets pretty cold here sometimes. Not as cold as other parts of the country, but I think it got down to 8 degrees one night. So yeah, the underpinning, it helps when you're in the camper. The camper's not really airtight, so use a lot of propane heat, but it works. Just one other tree that I planted, I think it's a Japanese magnolia. Makes a really pretty pink bloom. That's one of the other trees I planted along with the 3 apple trees and the 5 dogwoods. So hopefully that thing will survive. It didn't look too good last fall, but I only planted it last spring, so maybe needed a year just to settle in, so hopefully it'll be alright. And the basketball goal that you might recognize if you watched one of the basketball videos. I did one of those videos here, and that was before I had the camper here and before I had the storage building and the power. So this currently is a work in project, or a work in progress, a project in work, project in progress. I'm going to put a drain pipe that's going to go across there just to drain gray water, because I did put water to my building. See my water lines there. And electricity. So now I have power and water in the building. And I won't show you my super electrical work. I'm learning to be an electrician and a plumber, but like most everybody, I go onto YouTube and figure out how to do it. And coming inside now, see, I got my lights going, got all my outlets hooked up, got my tonal exercise machine on the wall, that's hooked up, and I have used it recently a few times, and I'll start using it some more now. I've got to get everything cleaned up in here. I just finished getting my washer and dryer hooked up just a few days ago, and I've done a load of laundry for the first time here at home in a long time, so that's great. No more laundromat. Yeah, and just some of the stuff, and gotta get it all cleaned up. And I think that's most of the projects I've done over the past year. Not quite a year. Well, yeah, a little over a year actually. I think I came up here in November, so that would have been about 15 months. So yeah, still a lot to do. We'll keep at it. Like I said, I want to do a lot of limb trimming. I want to finish putting in that drainage pipe for the washing machine. You might recognize this guy if you watch the lawnmower project videos. I get a lot of giggles out of this thing. My brother and my sister want me to put a blue light, an old Kmart blue light that used to be on the shopping carts, put it on there, and then take it over to my aunt's house when she's cutting grass one day and pull her over and ask her if she knows how fast she's going. And they want to video that and film it. So, well, hello. Anybody know what that bird is? He hangs out here all the time, and I don't know what kind he is. It might be one of them big old woodpeckers. Lots of woodpeckers out here, lots of animals. Like I said, squirrels, deer, fox, bobcat. Haven't seen a skunk lately. We used to have skunks out here. What else? There's some random dogs that people have that live a mile away, and the dogs just wander out here. And someone's house cat. Again, the closest house to me is at least a mile away. Well, that's a crow. I know that one. What other kind of animals? Haven't seen any bear or wild boar. I honestly don't think they're up here. People tell me they are, but I don't believe them. Until I see it, I won't believe it. But again, love it here. Peaceful. It's only 20 acres, but it's plenty. It's plenty to keep me busy for sure. Again, just wanted to do this video to try out this camera, see how it works, see if I can do it. I have been talked into doing another project video, so and it'll be another lawnmower, and it's here, and I'll give you a sneak peek. This one's going to be ambitious, and I'll give you the whole history of it eventually, but it's there. It's under the old tires that came off of the lawn enforcement farm buggy, and it's hidden. So look for that one. I don't know, a couple of months. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just doing this because my kids wanted me to, so they can see me, and hopefully maybe this will help them fall asleep. Listen to my monotone voice. Maybe it'll help some other people fall asleep. That's why I did the basketball videos. I use them. They help me fall asleep sometimes. Yeah, I think that'll probably wrap it up. I'll go take this and load it on the computer and see how it looks, and if it's halfway decent, I'll upload it. Really did it mostly for the kids and for extended family, and some close friends. So let me know what you think, or don't. Maybe don't. No, maybe don't.